to a renewed effort to get a peace agreement there. If the United Nations mission there determines who is responsible for the attacks, in other words, the Secretary General has now asked that authority be given to our commanders there on the ground to take appropriate action. I very much welcome that request. I have hoped that that would be the case for some time. I have directed our representatives at NATO to support the Secretary General's request when it is discussed there in the next couple of days.
Crisis in Korea.
Airstrikes are among the options being considered now. In that consideration, General Ghali takes, the whole building takes very seriously the limitations of airstrikes against, first of all, artillery-type targets, and secondly, any targets that are embedded in a civilian population, particularly if the person who has the equipment is deliberately embedding it next to civilian targets.
Concerning air support, it is a support given to protect the United Nations forces on the ground. Airstrike can be a preventive action or a punitive action, like demolishing bridges, roads, bombing certain places where the enemy exists. The NATO have made a distinction. He have give a mandate to his commander-in-chief to do air support as soon as the Secretary General will ask for an air support.
Good morning. Good morning. What a good turnout for the budget. We welcome Boutros Ghali's proposal and will support it when we and our allies take it up at the North Atlantic Council later this week. His request indicates that the United Nations and NATO are and will continue to be working closely together on this terrible problem. At NATO, we're also looking at other possible steps to respond to Saturday's attack, and we're also looking at the larger problem of the Serbs' unacceptable actions against the civilian population in Bosnia's capital. We expect that the North Atlantic Council will decide on a course of action on an overall strategy within the next few days. While attention has been properly focused on Saturday's tragic events, we are continuing the search for ways to reinvigorate the diplomatic efforts aimed at achieving a political settlement at the conflict in Bosnia. We've not ruled anything out with respect to possible actions. The whole range of actions are being considered in the North Atlantic Council. We'll respond to the specific, rather narrow request from Boutros Ghali, which we think is appropriate and will support, but will be not limited by that.